The city of Rafah, positioned at the southern tip of Gaza near the Egyptian border, has become a focal point of intense Israeli airstrikes. In recent days, these strikes have escalated dramatically, pushing the city into a state of acute crisis. According to local sources, an estimated 80,000 residents are now fleeing their homes, seeking safety from the relentless bombardment that has shattered their daily lives. The increase in airstrikes is reportedly in response to recent rocket fire from Gaza into Israeli territory, marking a significant intensification in the long-standing conflict between Israel and Palestinian armed groups. The streets of Rafah, usually bustling with the day-to-day activities of its residents, now echo with the sounds of sirens, explosions, and the cries of the distressed populace. The air is thick with tension and uncertainty as families hurriedly pack whatever belongings they can carry, leaving behind homes they may never see again. The humanitarian situation is rapidly deteriorating. Essential services like electricity, water, and medical care are being disrupted or destroyed, making survival increasingly challenging for those left behind. The United Nations and other agencies are scrambling to respond, but the scale of the crisis is overwhelming the available resources. As the world watches, Rafah is turning into a symbol of human suffering and the unpredictable nature of warfare. Amidst the chaos, it is the stories of families that paint the most vivid picture of the crisis in Rafah. Mohammed al-Susi, a father of 3, describes the terror of the night when his neighborhood was targeted. The children were sleeping when the bombs started falling, he recounts. We only had minutes to decide what to take and where to go. All around us, buildings were collapsing and the air was filled with dust and smoke. As families flee, they face the daunting task of finding shelter and basic necessities like food and water. Shelters are overcrowded, and supplies are quickly running out. The fear of further airstrikes compounds their misery, turning their flight into a desperate scramble for survival. In this exodus, the most vulnerable suffer the most: children, the elderly, and the sick, who are least able to endure the harsh conditions of displacement. The psychological impact on these families is profound. Children are particularly affected as they witness scenes no child should ever see. Aid workers report cases of trauma and anxiety among the displaced, with many unable to sleep or communicate their distress. The social fabric of entire communities is being torn apart, leaving emotional and psychological scars that may never fully heal. The global reaction to the crisis in Rafah has been a mixture of condemnation and calls for restraint. The United Nations has urged both sides to consider a ceasefire to allow humanitarian aid to reach those in dire need. However, political complexities and mutual distrust have hampered these efforts, leaving many to question the feasibility of a quick resolution to the conflict. Countries around the world, along with various international organizations, are mobilizing aid to assist the displaced populations. Yet, the logistical challenges posed by the ongoing airstrikes and the blockade on Gaza make it difficult to deliver this much-needed assistance. The international community faces a race against time to prevent a bad situation from becoming catastrophically worse. As the dust settles and the world glimpses the full extent of the devastation in Rafah, many questions linger about the future. Will the residents of Rafah ever return to their homes? What will become of the city once known for its vibrant markets and close-knit communities? Only time will reveal the long-term impact of this conflict. But for now, the people of Rafah continue to live in a state of fearful uncertainty, hoping for peace but braced for more hardship. Subscribe now and like this video to stay informed.